Welcome to this episode of the Harpreet Singh Show. आज ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਸ਼ਿਵਕੁਮਾਰ ਵਰਮਾ ਨਾਲ। ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਆਯੁਰਵੈਦਿਕ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟੀਸ਼ਨਰ ਹਨ। ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਣਗੇ ਕਿ ਆਯੁਰਵੇਦਾ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਮਕਬੂਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਆਯੁਰਵੇਦਾ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਜ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਬਿਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਇਲਾਜ ਆਯੁਰਵੇਦਾ ਥਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। Let's welcome Sivakumar. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So a little bit about yourself. How did you get influenced to come into Ayurveda?
I was born into a family of Ayurvedic practitioners.
Okay.
My family is from Kerala, Trivandrum.
Right.
And for several thousands of years, my family history goes back to some few thousands of years.
Right.
To 3,000 years. And when I grew up, I was born into the family. I started practicing Ayurveda and started using herbs, and I started recommending.
Right.
And it was just like a way of
and
life.
That became your career.
It just exactly became my career.
Okay, in this fast-paced world where everything is happening in an instant and everybody wants instant results, where does Ayurveda fit? If you could take us back into what is the history of Ayurveda and today where does it stand?
When I look at history, Ayurveda is one of the oldest system of medicine.
Right.
And after finishing my going around the world, even I looking at Chinese medicine, Japanese medicine, and even modern medicine, the root goes back to Ayurveda.
Right.
And that's where we find it will be very surprising to see that almost all system of medicine, one way or the other, connected to this root.
Okay.
So it's sometimes the historians even say that Ayurveda is the mother of all medicines.
Okay. Right. But today, where do we find Ayurveda? Because as I said, we want instant results, and probably Ayurveda cannot give us instant results. So how is it being accepted in the world today?
To be honest, Ayurveda gives instant results.
Okay.
It's if you look at modern medicine is basically with approaches contrary.
Okay.
There are two aspects to medicine. One is contrary, another is similar. That means contrary means you are fixing it, you are managing medicine, you are managing symptoms.
Right.
One way to manage symptoms or eliminate, let's say you have a headache, you just take a painkiller. So cut, kill, remove is the principle of contrary.
Right.
But similar medicine is you create health. So this is the two platforms, I would say.
When you say create health, what do you mean? Because when whatever I know or people know about Ayurveda is that, it's based on plants and herbs.
Yeah.
You get some medicines to eat and that's what it is. Is that what is Ayurveda or something else?
Ayurveda is much more like Ayurveda. If you look at, we are part of nature.
Yeah.
Everything is natural.
Right.
So when you look at everything is natural, if you want to look at an apple, for example, we, even with all the scientific advancement, we just can't create an apple.
Right. No doubt.
No. We can put some chemicals, we can put some nutrient under the tree, but we can't create apple. So this is the distinction to understand.
Right.
We can actually go and cut an apple, we can maybe change the colors of an apple, but still for you to create apple, that is apple.
Right.
And this is the same thing to understand about health. We can't create life.
Right.
We can't even create health. The health has to come natural, only through natural products, through a lifestyle.
Right.
But I can fix it. I can take if I have a headache, I can take a painkiller.
Right.
That's quite different than me taking something to create health. So that's why I think the relevancy of Ayurveda comes in, is that if you want to be really healthy,
right,
so that I can prevent getting diseases, then we have to go to natural products.
Okay.
And that's why I think Ayurveda is so relevant today.
Okay, and people are flocking to this particular kind of
yes,
treatment?
All over the world, I see people are moving towards organic food.
Right.
People are moving towards natural. People are one way or the other trying to connect to the natural part of themselves.
Right, okay.
And that trend is really picking up, I think.
Okay, and let's talk a little bit about Ayurveda, focusing on when a person comes to you for getting treatment. So what happens is basically, how do you find out, because generally we hear about the three categories in Ayurveda, that Pitta, Kapha and Vata. Yeah.
Yes.
So what is that, and how do you find out that the person is belonging to a particular category?
That's an interesting, very interesting question. Before answering that, I would just like to give a foundation of how. you know, we are all familiar with mathematics like calculus, like factor analyzing.
Right.
So we look at stock market, or if you look at trends, when there is so many factors, let's look at economy. There's so many factors affecting an economy.
Right.
In that way, you can't say one particular number affecting one. You need to look at a generic trend.
Right.
So Ayurvedic beauty that I have never seen in any other system of medicine is this trend.
Okay.
So you can analyze a trend through factor analyzing. So you look at three factors, three main factors. One is the factors that influences from the information unit.
Okay.
Or principles, that is processing unit. Or then third one is structure unit.
Okay.
So imagine that if we want to construct a building, I want to divide that building into three major factors. Is it the mistakes happening because of the architectural drawing itself is wrong? Or is it something happened because of the process by which somebody has done some work? It's not according to the plan, they've processed it.
Right.
Is that, or is there some mistake happen in the structure itself? In the same way, when we look at the body, we look at it that way.
Right.
We say, is there is some core intelligence gone wrong?
Okay.
Let's say if it is the heart, the core intelligence, the mechanism, that's gone wrong.
Okay.
Or is it the process going wrong? Or is the structure itself? Maybe
Right.
there is a tumor or a cancer right there, and is the structure wrong?
Right.
So Ayurvedic you look at the patient and look at all the factors,
Right.
and that factors can be even modern medical diagnostic factors. So we can do an MRI, we can do laboratory
Scan or
test,
anything. Right. Yeah.
Basically, Ayurveda is just going to take all that factors and group them
Okay.
into the wonderful three categories.
Okay.
Now it's easy to treat.
Okay. So basically, like today, what we are finding out, lots of diseases which were unheard of before, our people are facing those kind of problems. And you give a very good example of whether it is a structural problem or whether it is being process problem. We are responsible for that. So what are you finding out? What does Ayurveda say about the kind of diseases what we are seeing today, and what kind of treatments are available? Is it basically because of our mostly the processing unit not being practiced rightly, or is it because of the structural, genetically some problems going on?
You are very right. I think in my experience, a lot of problem is around the process.
Okay.
And it starts with, I think, digestive problem.
Okay.
People are always coming to me and saying that I'm not able to absorb the food properly, or I have a lot of heartburn, or I have constipation. And when you look at it, they will be constantly treating that for taking sometimes, let's say, laxatives for a regular bowel movement, or they're taking anti-acid medicines for their heartburn. But Ayurveda look at it, what is the root of all this?
Right.
And when you go deeper into the root, there is, in this nature, there is probiotics or microorganism which we can't see.
Right.
Because between us, in fact, there is trillions of microorganisms.
Right.
And this flora need to be healthy. And if that flora is really healthy, your digestive system is healthy.
Right.
You will not have any heartburn. So this is the, I think, when I look at from an Ayurvedic perspective.
Right.
Ayurveda look at that individual, what is their lifestyle.
Right.
And then try to address that.
Wonderful. We will continue with our discussion in our future episodes, whereby we'll like to talk in particular details about a particular disease and how Ayurveda can help our people. Thank you very much for your time. Pleasure having you. Thank you. ਸੋ ਅੱਜ ਜਿਸ ਵਿਸ਼ੇ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਜੀ, ਆਯੁਰਵੇਦਾ ਬਾਰੇ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਯੁਰਵੇਦਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪੁਰਾਣੀ ਸਾਇੰਸ ਹੈ। ਸ਼ਿਵਾ ਕੁਮਾਰ ਨੇ ਫੋਕਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਟ੍ਰੀਟਮੈਂਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਦੀ, ਉਹ ਆਯੁਰਵੇਦਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਆਯੁਰਵੇਦਾ ਦੇ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਸਿੰਪਟਮਸ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਕਿ ਬਿਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਲੱਗੀਆਂ, ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਕਿ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸਿੰਗ ਯੂਨਿਟ ਦਾ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਐਸਟੈਬਲਿਸ਼ਮੈਂਟ ਦਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਲਾਈਫ ਸਟਾਈਲ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਕਾਰਨ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਬਿਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਅੱਜ ਲੱਗ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਲ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਵਿਅਕਤੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਸ ਦੀ ਜਾਂਚ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਕਾਰਨਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਕਾਰਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਨਾ ਕਿ ਸਿਰਫ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਨੂੰ। ਸੋ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਮੁੱਦਿਆਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਵਾਂਗੇ, ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਹੈਲਥ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਸਵਾਲ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰਨਾ।